Hey YouTube, it's your boy Tigs coming at you with a deck profile update, whatever you'd like to call it. I know this deck isn't all that popular with what it can do and everything, but I feel that with my playstyle, this deck is perfect. This deck has can control the field, it swarms, and all around it's a troll deck. This deck has the ability to lock down spells, lock down traps, and in some cases even effects, and even OTK. Not all in one build, but mind you, still. The deck itself is probably one of the, I don't know if you'd want to call it most hated, but I have to say people underestimate the deck, and they are very well, they have the reason to be hated. Naturias. They have their reason to be hated. Bamboo Shoot alone is reason enough to hate it. And I will give you my deck list, and if you'd want, leave comments, ideas, or stuff like that. Now mind you, I am missing few key cards from the deck and extra deck, but I will have those in about a week or two from my good friend Ron. But anyway, onto the deck list. We have 3 Bamboo Shoots. Why 3, you say? This deck has the ability to swarm. And you should know what Bamboo Shoot does. If you tribute a Naturia monster, your opponent can't activate spells or traps. But the only time your opponent would be able to activate a trap is if they negate the summoning. So, negating his summoning is probably the only way you're going to get him off the field very easily. Because if your opponent safe zones him, you're pretty much fucked. Excuse my language, YouTube, but still. And sitting at 2,000 defense, 2,000 attack, I mean, with safe zone, he's a wall. You're not getting to him. Then we have Cliff at 3. When Cliff is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could summon a Naturia monster from your deck level 4 or lower. So this way you could have chibi fodder for a Bamboo Shoot next turn. But the only downside is you don't get his effect if he's used in a synchro summon, because his effect misses timing. It isn't the last thing to happen. But after I am done with this deck list, I will give you a way you can OTK with this deck. Unless you know the OTK variant as already. Then we have 2 mosquitoes. 2 is just right. I mean, 3 would be kind of cloggy because you don't want to top deck it when you can't do shit with it. And 2 creates a lock. Out. Because as long as there's another Naturia on the field, your opponent cannot select it as an attack target. And with 2 mosquitoes, there's always one on the field. Unless they somehow banish or bounce one of them. But the good thing about Mosquito is your opponent takes any and all battle damage you would have taken involving Naturias. So run Cliff into BLS. They take 15. Get another Cliff. That's another 15. Another Cliff. That's 4,500 points of damage to your opponent just with 3 attacks like that. Then we have 2 Pumpkin. Pumpkin is good with this deck. I mean, with the amount of Naturia monsters I have in this deck, well, put it to you this way. That is all the Naturia monsters. But Pumpkin can create a first turn synchro. When it is normal summoned, if your opponent controls a monster, you could special summon a Naturia monster from your hand. So you could summon Cherries, Cliff, or whatever, and overlay or synchro, whatever you feel the need to do. Next, Triple Cherry. Cherry at 3 is optimal. If you could run it at 4, 5, or 6, I would suggest it. Well, not really that much, but still. Cherries, if you draw 2 of them early game, you might as well just say fuck it. Because Cherries, if it's destroyed by opponent's battle or card effect, special summon the other 2 Cherries from your deck face down. Should be fodder for Bamboo Shoot, Synchro fodder, or whatever. Our mini Pot of Avarice, Naturia Marin. When this little furball is summoned, normal summoned I should say, you could send 1 Naturia monster from your deck to the graveyard. And then, once per turn, you can send 2 Naturia monsters from your deck or graveyard back into the deck and draw 1. So you can send Bamboo Shoot and Barkion back and draw 1. So, and you could use Marin's effect, well, you could use all 3 Marin's effect once per turn. You can, it does not say you can use the effect of Naturia Marin only once per turn, but you can only use their respective effects once per turn. We have 1 Butterfly and 1 Dragonfly. I feel, well, we'll cover Butterfly first. Butterfly, once per turn when your opponent declares an attack, you can mill the top card of your deck and negate that attack. I mean, and it's a level 3 tuner, so with Pumpkin, that's a first turn Landoise, Black Rose, whatever you feel is right for the deck. And then we have Dragonfly. Late game, this card is OP. Can't be destroyed by anything over 2,000, though you would still take the damage. And then it gains 200 attack for every Naturia monster in your graveyard. So, but you would need 4 just to run over a Thunder King, because he starts out at a measly 1,200. Then we have White Oak. When this card is targeted by any kind of card effect for your opponent, by your opponent's card effect, you contribute it. Add special summon 2 level 4 or lower Naturia monsters from your deck. They cannot attack and are destroyed during the end phase, so that could get you Barkion, Beast, Landoise, Leo Drake, whatever you need at the current time. Alright, on to non-Naturia monsters. Since everything is in this deck is Earth and I have decent graveyard control, Grand Soil. I would run 2, but I'm testing 1 out for now. If I can get it faster and more flexible, I'll up it to 2, but I won't go over 2. Next, Double Veiler. Veiler, this format, I feel is good. It could stop Dracosac from getting his tokens, Big Eye from stealing. What else is a good one? I don't know what other good cards are out there because I haven't looked at them, but Veiler is pretty good, though slow in this format. Double Trag. I deal, whenever I duel with my friends, they normally get rid of my monsters and or deal me some kind of damage, and half the time I don't have a hand, but still I can drop Trag just to avoid taking a direct hit. Plus, lets me steal monsters, Exceed Summon. I mean, how could you not want to run Trag? Then we have a card that I run in almost every deck these days. It's becoming one of my favorites over Galaxy Eyes, which is bad. Which is Gores. This deck does not run a lot of back row that stays, well, that is continuous. So I figured, why not? Gores could help me do things. Yes, it is a Starfoil Gores. Got a problem with it? Kiss my ass. Last card from the deck is a tech choice that I got off my friend Ron, who has also got me the Landois and Leo Drake. Psyblocker. Now my friend Dolan did a video about this the other day. I will put a link to his channel in the video. There will be an annotation, probably somewhere, well, somewhere up here, but yeah. He did a video on this card the other day, and it was pretty damn good. Your opponent cannot use, you summon him and call any card. Your opponent cannot use that card in any way possible. You call Stratos. They cannot summon Stratos or use Stratos in any type of fusion summoning. So they can't go for Tempest. They can't go for any hero summoning with Stratos. Which is, honestly, this card is going to be a deal breaker. Call Dracosac. Can't hit the field. Big Eye can't hit the field. Sad thing is, it only lasts until the end of their next turn. Let's see what else is there. That monster also cannot attack if it is on the field. Its effects are negated, so Dracosac can be destroyed by Dark Hole. Yippee-yi-ki-yay, baby. What else? But anyway, my friend Dolan did a video. It'll be up here, so anyway, onto the spells and traps. Okay, we are doing spells first, apparently. I don't run a lot of spells. I just run mainly staples. Double MST. Get rid of those face downs, I guess. Or stop Fire Fist from searching with Tenki. Since this deck fills the graveyard pretty decently fast, Pot of Avarice. People are not running this these days. I don't know why. I mean, this card is a bit situational. You need at least 5 monsters, but still, it's pretty good. And then the Heavenly Trio. Reborn, Dark Hole, and Heavy. What do you want me to say about those? They're the trio. And then traps. I'll just do the cards that I'm running one of. One Mirror Force, because I mean, it serves as a bait for my opponent to use Scrap Dragon's effect on something on this when I want to protect my monster, I guess. Well, there. Or if they don't go Dracosac and go Big Eye, they could go to attack and bam, kill my monster and Dracosac in the same move. Then we have Torrential. A lot of the stuff in this deck, ergo Cliff, wants to be destroyed. So why not a Torrential? Then we have Judgment. Self-explanatory. Warning. Yet again, self-explanatory. Compulse. Gets around Dracosacs, Stardust, Big Eye, Zen Mange, and yeah. And then we have 2 Bottomless. Because my friends like to summon a lot of high things, and Dracosac don't have that immunity until he gets his tokens. Hi, Bottomless! So yeah, that is the end of this deck profile. I mean, I could go over the extra deck, but yeah, I don't want to tease. Even though I feel like I just did, but I feel I have covered this deck enough. I mean, if you guys have questions or suggestions, let me know. And also, I am debating on Red Ox. I probably want to put him in here because I can't get my hands on him. So, unless, people want to trade, but I don't have much, so I'm not expecting anything. But anyway, this is Tigs, and I'm seeing you fuckers later.